Hi, my name is Elizabeth Linares, and this is my presentation on what can a rare dental disease tell us about our genes. So first, I want everybody to imagine. Picture yourself having to be careful what you eat every day just to make sure your teeth don't chip, having to explain repeatedly to others why your teeth look different than theirs do, even having to deal with people not believing you when you tell them that you have a genetic condition and saying that you have a tobacco chewing addiction instead. This is the real day-to-day life that Sushmita Paudel experienced growing up. She is dealing with a condition called amelogenesis imperfecta. So what is amelogenesis imperfecta? Well, it's a condition that deals with the enamel. The enamel is the outer layer of teeth that protects them. It's the hardest part and mineral of the body. And amelogenesis imperfecta is a disorder of tooth enamel and tooth development. It causes teeth to be small, yellow, and easy to break and chip. So what does AI tell us about our genes? Well, AI can tell us about the genes used in enamel formation and about mutations. Mutations in the AM-ELX, ENAM, MMP20, and FAM83H genes can all cause AI. AM, ELX, ENAM, and MMP20 all code for genes that are necessary for normal enamel development. A mutation in any four of the genes causes a misshapen protein that causes the enamel to not form correctly and not work properly, which then causes the teeth to easily chip. So, to continue, in a study done, 5 pathogenic mutations of FAM20 were found, and it also showed how they affect the enamel specifically. This study showed that all the mutations caused AI. Most caused some proteins to be mislocalized, which means that they were in the wrong part of the cell, and that they couldn't bind with their partner proteins, such as the proteins created by the gene FAM20C. This study uses whole exome sequencing to focus on just the protein coding regions of the DNA. This is way faster than using whole genome sequencing. So, what do treatments for AI tell us about our genes? There's a really strong link between AI and genetics. So, genetic testing is recommended to diagnose and lead treatment. So, there are two main treatment options. The first one is resin restorations, but they shouldn't be often used because they can easily break. Crowns are the second option and the preferred treatment because they look natural and last very long. So far, there are not a lot of genetic treatments for AI, just a lot of physical and aesthetic ones. So, AI treatments tell us that genetic treatments cannot always be applied to every genetic case right now. However, genetics are still useful in other ways. In this case, to help diagnose and decide what treatments to use. So now let's talk about genetics and ethics in AI. Cases like Sushmita Paldel's make it clear that people judge others without knowing what they are going through. Appearances affect what some people's opinion of you is, and genetic conditions can often change someone's appearance. It's important to remember to be kind because you don't know their situation and you really don't know what they're going through. Also, Sushmita Paudel brings up the treatments for genetic conditions often carry a really large price tag. She and many others are advocating for better healthcare because in some places it's not easy to get treatment because of the price. That brings up a really good question of whether treatments should be cheaper for people with genetic conditions or just maybe in general. In conclusion, we have learned a lot about our genes from AI, such as what genes affect enamel formation, what mutations can do, how specific mutations are harming enamel, whole exome sequencing, using genetics to diagnose and link to treatments, and important ethical questions. Thank you for watching, and this is my source list.